Hello beautiful people, welcome again to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this delicious meat pie. So for the filling, I'll be using some minced meat, carrots, green pepper, green peas, Irish potatoes, some flour, and vegetable oil and some seasonings. And for the dough, I'll be using 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 200 grams of margarine, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, quarter teaspoon of salt, and 1 whole egg. And I'll also be using some water. I won't be using up to a cup of water. So to start, I'll mix up all my dry ingredients and my margarine and mix until it forms like breadcrumbs, so until it looks like breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to be adding in my egg, and I'll mix this up. I actually transfer to my work surface so as to be able to get a lot of space to mix this up properly. So, and then at this point I'll be adding just a tiny bit of water just to gather up my dough together. So I'm going to mix this. You don't need to use too much water because you don't want to have a sticky dough, and I'm not going to be using too much additional flour for kneading. So I'm just going to put in another bit of water and then combine until my dough is formed. After this, I'm going to lightly knead my dough and then cover up with a cling film to relax for about 10 minutes in the refrigerator. And I'm going to be preparing my filling as well. So for the filling, I'm going to be heating up my saucepan, and I'll add a little vegetable oil and my garlic and onion infused minced meat. So I'm going to be stirring this up for a few minutes. I'll cover up my saucepan to simmer, and then I'll add some seasoned salt, garlic flakes, some curry powder, seasoning cubes, and salt to this minced meat. I'm going to be covering up my pan again to cook for 10 minutes or until the beef is a bit tender. Afterwards, I'll be adding in some water and then my carrots, my Irish potatoes, some onions, and some blended pepper. So I'm going to let this cook until the carrot is tender and the Irish potato is soft. So after 20 minutes, I'll be adding all of my green vegetables, and I'll stir this and then prepare my flour sauce. So the flour sauce is simply flour in water. This is to prevent the filling from drying out in the oven while baking in the oven. So I'm going to put this in and I'm going to stir properly to combine all the flour to prevent it from forming lumps. So my filling is ready. I'm going to be putting this in a plate to cool down for about 10 minutes. So I have my filling and my dough ready, as well as my meat pie cutter. So I'm going to be dividing my dough into six small portions, and I'm going to be rolling this out as thin as possible but not too thin. So I'm going to be placing my dough into my meat pie cutter, and I'll be spooning some fillings into the dough just right at the middle, at the center of the dough. And I'm going to wet the edges, brush the edges with water with a pastry brush, and I'll close up to remove excess dough. So I'm going to be repeating this process until I'm done with all of my meat pie dough. my meat pie on a prepared baking tray, and I'll be brushing with egg. This is just to give it a glossy finish. So I'll be baking at 180 degrees for just 40 minutes, and after which the meat pie is ready to enjoy. I'd like you guys to give this a trial and also let me know your feedback. Till we'll meet again, this is your babe, Cakes by Bibi Naya. Enjoy this recipe. See you next time. Bye bye.